Welcome to the Philthy Dad Pod, a place where three washed-up dads talk sports to the masses in between wiping asses. All three hosts are in the studio. We got Ryan, myself. We got my boy, my cousin, my brother, Derek, and my cousin, my brother, Tom. Fellas, D, how you feeling about the show tonight, bro? How you feeling coming into the show?
I feel great. I still hold the best record in pick'em games, so I'm feeling good about that. Trying to make sure my record stays unblemished. And I just want to apologize to everybody that is on live with us right now. For me and Tom's appearances, we're still trying to figure out some technical difficulties, but just work with us, and you'll get to see our beautiful faces again shortly.
And for now, they just get to see me. Ugh. Poor people. That's why we don't get more viewers. Tom, what's up, brother?
Again, thank you for tuning in. We're here to give you another great show, talk about some great sports, have some great things lined up, and we're ready to go.
All right, so D, since you brought that up real quick before we jump into what we're going to get into, I want to bring up the scores. And if you give me a second here, I'll get it tallied up. Tom is 14. All right, so I pretty much I got it. We each got one tie, right? But coming in, I'm 10-9. So actually, we'll go from worst to best. I'm 10-9. I do have the biggest balls though, because I'm always picking the underdogs, thinking I'm gonna, I'm on to something that maybe I'm not, but it's cost me, and I'm 10-9. Tom, you're in second place. You're actually 14. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm 10-9-1. Tom, you're 14-5-1. Derek, you're first, 15-4-1.
Bang!
Bang!
Gotta love that.
I'm sorry. Did I say 14-4-1, Tom? You're 14-5-1. Loser. You got an extra loss.
That's what you told. That's what you said.
I need to pick it the fuck up. All right. Well, I need to pick it up in the pick'ems. Oh, and I do owe you 2 tee-offs. So I don't have them on me. I was planning on
doing it live,
doing some shots, but what happened? I was gonna do them live. I was gonna do some shots,
nice,
but I don't have it on me. So I'll text Kiera and I'll get the shots so I could do them live for you, Tom.
Yo, before anything, I wasn't live. I listened to the show from Sunday on you guys. I just wasn't live. Before we get the show started, I just want to get a public apology from Derek for the way he shat all over my Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, first of all, if you listen to the whole show, which you probably didn't, I literally
just said I want to hear you live.
Okay, well, here it is again. I eat crow on the Cincinnati Bengals. There you go. You happy?
Thank you, buddy. Continue, Rye.
That's very big of you, Derek. Tom.
Sometimes you got to be the bigger man, even though Tom might be, bigger than me. Ha ha ha.
Question: who's the faster man out of you two right now?
Probably Tom. It's definitely Tom.
Ooh, Tom said that with conviction too.
I'm not going to sit here.
I'm the fastest one on this podcast.
You are. I've fucking torn both my ACLs, Tom. You better be the fastest one in this podcast, you piece of shit. Anyway, so go ahead, D.
Who's the best golfer on this podcast, Tom?
Me.
Not today.
Yeah, crickets. Me. Crickets. You hear? Crickets.
Definitely not Tom. Tom's definitely third on this podcast. I'll take second.
Of course.
I'll take second. But so real quick, I wanted to ask you guys something. I wanted to ask you if anybody in your life has, like, your immediate family, moms, dads, kids, sisters, anybody, talk to you about the podcast. And the reason I bring it up is because we're sitting, my son, Ryan, he's not usually a smart ass. He's not usually one to, like, break balls or whatever, right? He's usually a sweet kid. But we're sitting there Monday night.
Hold on. Wait. Before you say he's a sweet kid, let me tell you a story about little Rye real quick and how sweet he is. So I think it was either Noah's. Oh no, I think it was Ryan's birthday. Whose birthday was in the summer? Was it Ryan's?
Ryan.
Where you had the big slide and everything.
Oh shit! Yeah, I know where you're going.
Yeah. So of course, Eli has to take a pee. Eli's 2 years old at the time. So I just take him over to your bushes because I didn't want to, mop him around your house all wet. So, he's a little kid. I just let him pee in your bushes. Ryan goes, "Oh, no, wait. those are against my dad's rules. I said, what? Your dad has rules right now at a kid's birthday party? He's like, yeah, you're not allowed to pee in the bushes. So, I go get a plate of food. I'm sitting there eating, feeding my son Eli. I look over and guess who's taking a piss in the bushes? Ryan.
That definitely sounds like him for sure. That's pretty fun. I never heard that. I don't think you told me that. I mean, you may have. Oh man. But listen, so Monday we're sitting at dinner, right? And it's me, Kiera, it's all 4 of the kids are there. We got a lot of kids in this house, but so we're sitting there and Kiera's going around. She's asking everybody, as she does every time we sit down. It's how'd your day go? What was your favorite part of your day? What didn't you like about your day? What did you learn? Right. And she gets all the way around the table and she gets to me and she's like, Dad, what was your favorite part of your day? And before I could open my mouth to say a word, Ryan goes, wait, Dad, I know what your favorite part of your day was. I was like, well, he was like, doing your little podcast. I was like, yo, my jaw dropped. I was like, bro, what? And he's cracking up and everybody's laughing. And I'm like, this little motherfucker, bro. Like, this dude is out of his mind. Yeah, he was.
Dude, I appreciate that because that family value, like in a lot of households is going away to sitting down at the dinner table. Like, I mean, I know a bunch of people that everybody kind of eats at different times, and it's nice to sit down and, like you said, get to know how everybody's day went. Maybe some days people didn't have a good day, and that little meal right there, everybody just sharing that moment, gets their day going, in a better direction.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah, we tried. So I would say we don't sit down and eat every single day. I would say we do 3 or 4 times a week though. But even on the one day, because we, again, 4 kids, we work and there's at least one night a week where we say, all right, you guys want to eat cereal? You guys want to eat something different? Right. Go ahead. And we let everybody fend for themselves. But even then, if we're all eating at the same time, we're usually together.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I love that.
I didn't have that. I mean, I kind of did, but really didn't have that growing up. So I like to, honestly, it's Kiera. Because I'm very much just fast paced. Like, all right, here, boom, you eat.
Right.
She keeps it all together. The moms are better than that than we are.
Yeah, my dad had that whole thing. So I kind of grew up on it a little bit when I was with him, sometimes. So,
well, it was your dad. It was your dad with that. It was Pop with the breakfasts, like just that stuff of being together, and then of course, shit. The year we won the Super Bowl, your mom was making us breakfast every Sunday, every Sunday for like, yo,
dude. Everybody was afraid not to come to my mom's. They thought we were gonna lose it. They didn't come,
bro. It was week 1, Eagles win. Week 2, they lost to the Chiefs, and then we went to the game the next week. We were at Eagles Giants tailgate when Elliott hit that 63.
Yeah.
And then the next week
I was there, but I wasn't there.
Oh yeah, you were there, but you weren't. I remember looking over and they had one of those portable porta potties. It was like a tent, and Derek's standing in that joint, and it's like not tall enough for him, so it's like up off the ground, and then his ankles are there, and he's just peeing into, I don't know if it was a bucket or like a portable toilet.
I don't even remember, dude.
Dylan Whipper says Jets to beat the Bills this week. Whipsy lock of the week, and he's challenging the Tom Flynn lock of the week.
Bang.
This is what we want, Tom. I said this earlier. I said, listen, you keep giving your lock of the week. And if people think it's so easy, they can give us their lock of the week, and we can compare stats and see whose lock is good. But Tom ain't no bitch. Tell him why you ain't a bitch, Tom.
Just keep listening to the show, and you'll find out who the lock of the week is.
Oh, he said that with conviction. He didn't he just said it like it's going to happen. This is the lock this week. People get ready to fill your pockets with some cheddar.
Dallas money line over the Houston Texans.
Dude, what kind of money is that?
I'm putting a mortgage on that
money.
You know what that is? That's the bitch ass lock of the week, and that's
that seems like the locks that everybody wants.
Yeah,
is where I could go the easy way out and always take the favorites money line, but that's not what I do.
All right, so give us a good one. Give us a good one. But your time will come. Your time will come, young man.
You'll find out in about an hour and a half.
Okay.
All right. Well, Jets ain't beating the Bills. Mike responding to Dylan. They are AFC East fan rivals. One belonging to the Patriots and the other Jets. Tell them why you ain't a bitch, Tom. Crickets chirping. Damn, Dylan is on you today, Tom. We're gonna see. We're gonna lock Dylan. Dylan, come back every week on Thursday and give us your lock of the week. And we're gonna start comparing yours against Tom's. And we're gonna see whose is better.
0 shot. The Jets beat the Bills.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Mike White. All right, we're gonna get to that, of course. All right, so we're gonna change up the trivia a little bit, fellas. I gave you a little brief look into how we're up, but so we're gonna play this Jeopardy style. I got point systems: 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, each having a different question. 100 being the easiest, 500 being the most. We're gonna flip a coin to determine who goes first. You each will get to pick one question, and then whoever wins goes first. You get to pick 500, 100, or any of the numbers in between. And if you get it right, you get those points on your total. If you don't get it right, you get nothing. And what we will do is at the end of the season, we will see who's a winner. And the loser will have to do something of the winner's choice, accompanied by me. It won't be too crazy. It'll be like a shotgun or a couple shotguns, something like that. I don't know.
We'll talk about it.
Because of head-to-head, or because of the pick'em game records, Derek, you get to go first. I have a dime in my hand. Heads, tails. You can't see it because the green scheme, but I promise I won't lie. Derek, call it.
So since I'm winning in head-to-head, and I love to get head, give me heads.
All right, heads. It is heads.
Bang!
Head for everybody.
1,000% of probably. It definitely landed on tails.
I swear on anything you want me to swear on, Tom.
Tom, he's a man of dignity. He's a man of dignity. Don't question that.
I am a man. And let me ask you something. Even if it did flip on tails, Mr. Provisional Shot, did you think you were winning? Hell no. Take that out.
Because it's a provisional flip. That's
it
what
was
it is.
A provisional
flip.
No, it actually did flip on heads. All right, Derek. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Where do you want to go?
I'm going. Just give me 100. I need to get points on the board. Just throw me the $100 question.
Pussy.
$100 question of the night is a true or false question. True or false? Nick Saban had a winning season in the NFL.
False.
Derek selected false, and he is incorrect.
Oh, my God.
In 2005, while coaching the Miami Dolphins, Nick Saban won 9 games and lost 7. He was 9-7. That is a winning season. You get nothing.
That is true.
All right.
I just figured because they ran him out so fast, he had a bad season.
Yeah, but he did. He was 6-10 the year before, and then.
Okay.
All right, Tom. 200 to 500. You could take the easy 200 points and get the 500. Easy question. 5.
Oh my God.
All right. For 500 points. Which active defensive back? This is cornerbacks and safeties combined, both. Which active defensive back has the most career interceptions? Yes, active. Don't look at your phone.
Wait, can I steal? Well, don't say the answer, but I want to see if I have it right.
All right. Don't go woof and then look at Google.
Yeah, Tom, don't Google. You're asking Siri right now, buddy. I can hear in the background.
I don't. I was going to say someone like Rod Woodson, but I don't know. He said he's still active.
Active.
Malcolm Jenkins? I don't fucking know.
He's not on a team.
Dude, how does he get 3 answers? He said
somebody's
Malcolm Jenkins,
playing,
Roddy.
Tom. Give me somebody that's active, somebody that's playing.
Trayvon Diggs.
No.
What?
I'm going to go with Patrick Peterson.
Trayvon Diggs has been in the league for 2 seasons, Tom.
I don't know.
What about Patrick Peterson?
Patrick Peterson is 3rd or 4th on the list.
Ah, damn.
2nd on the list is Devin McCourty, who plays for the New England Patriots. And number 1 on the list is Harrison Smith with 34.
I was going to say Harrison Smith. I was going to say either Pat Pete. Yes,
Tom was going to say fucking Sauce Gardner. This dude. Tom was going to say one of the college cornerbacks, bro.
Tom was going to say Troy Polamalu.
I was just trying to think of somebody outside the box.
All right. Listen, I'm giving Derek the 400 question. I'm giving Tom the 300. Tom, you're going first for 300 points. How many Super Bowls have the Green Bay Packers won?
How many Super Bowls has the Green Bay Packers?
Yes. How many have they won?
Is this including like the championship?
I don't
How
know.
many Super Bowls?
4.
Yes.
Oh
Tom
my
gets it
God.
right for 300. Let's go,
Fuck.
Tom. Tom with the redemption. All right, Derek. This is a similar question to what I asked Tom in interceptions, except it's going to be for a different category.
Okay.
Which active and signed is the key word because there's one running back that's number 1, but he's active, but he's not on a roster, technically. Which active and signed running back has the most career rushing yards? I will give you number 1. It's Adrian Peterson, who's technically an active free agent. He's just not on a roster. But active and signed right now, who's number 1?
Who's signed and active?
Who's playing? Who's playing this season? Number 1 all time, like of everyone active, most yards.
Can I steal it?
No.
Well, you can answer
get,
after I fucking get it
after,
wrong.
yeah.
But... All right, just give me 1 minute. I'm not Googling. I'm just trying to think. Because I feel like Frank Gore is not playing right now.
Frank Gore is not playing. No.
Yeah, I feel like he's been in the league forever, and every time
he's gone. He's boxing. He boxed Deron Williams.
Yeah, he did. You're right.
You got 10 seconds.
Oh my Jesus, the pressure.
6, 5.
All right, I'm just gonna have to pass.
Pass. Give me a name. Give me a name. Who's a running back that's playing that's been in the league the longest? Give me a name. Think of them. Anyone.
Come on, Derek.
Hold on, I'm trying to think, dude. It's fucking hard. There's a million running backs.
Throw one out there.
My brain's a little foggy right now. Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead, Tom. Steal it.
Go ahead,
what do you think, Tom?
So I'm gonna go with Mark Ingram. And that's only because he's on the Saints, but he barely plays.
It is Mark Ingram, you cheating motherfucker.
I had that answer before. I had that answer before he even fucking said it. That has to be the oldest active running back in the NFL right now.
Yeah, but that don't mean shit.
Because that would have been my guess. That would have been my guess whether I was right or wrong.
Zeke is like 70 yards behind him, and then Derrick Henry's like 200 yards behind him. So it's about to be Zeke and Derrick Henry. But for right now, it's Mark Ingram. All right. So 300 goes to Tom. Nothing goes to Derek, unless he can tell me who won the 2010 Super Bowl, Derek.
2010?
Oh, I know that one.
Come on, 2010.
Come on,
it
was before the Packers. It was before the Packers in 2011, Derek.
You're giving him another chance, Tom.
Who did that?
Bumped again.
Tom, you can steal for 100.
Oh shit.
I think it's the Arizona Cardinals.
You're both wrong. It's the New Orleans Saints.
Ooh.
Who did they play?
They played the that was the Colts. Or no. Yeah, the Colts. Bears?
That was an infamous onside kick? No, that was the Bear. No. Who came out with the onside kick to open up halftime?
I'm not even sure, dude.
No. There was one that came out. No, that was the Saints. Yeah, Saints Colts. That was when they beat Peyton. And then Peyton came back and beat Chicago. That's what it was.
Is that when they were doing that funnel and the noise shit?
Yeah, they always do that. Tom's definitely not using his cam so he can Google answers to Ryan's questions. Tom is not a cheater. All right.
All right, so Tom's up 300. I have zero.
All right. Now, D, before we're about to jump into everything, I promise. But Tom got something for us. Go ahead, Tom.
I don't think I asked you this one. Derek, I got a question for you, brother.
Go ahead. I have an answer for you, hopefully.
What's a 4-letter word that starts with a T? Or, I'm sorry, backtrack. I fucked that up. What's a 4-letter sport that starts with a T?
4-letter sport that starts with a T.
You didn't even ask me this one, Tom.
I know, but I'm assuming you know it because of the question I asked you before. You would have got it because it's the same. It's in the same ballpark.
Dude, tilt? I don't know.
What the fuck is a sport called tilt?
Tom, can I steal for 100?
Steal for 100, brother.
Golf.
Yes, sir.
It starts with a T, Derek. T4.
Ah, this dude.
All right, let's jump into some. Oh my god, that was good.
I want to know what the fucking tilt is.
People that walk on tilts.
Stilts.
You mean stilts?
Stilts. Listen, right now I'm on tilt.
Stilts.
All right, yo, what is a tilt, cuz? Oh my god.
It's what I'm on right now. Tilt.
So there's a new sport coming out. It's called tilt. Oh my lord. All right, let's jump into some news. Before we jump into tonight, we're going to talk about a little bit of news. We're going to talk about our picks for NFL award finalists, such as MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year, and Comeback Player of the Year. We're going to break down the NFL Week 14 slates, including the one that is about to kick off between the Raiders and the Rams. Will Baker play? And then we got the always loved Tom Flynn lock of the week. I'm going to throw you guys a parlay, and then we're going to make our picks on the games. Fellas, are you ready to dive in and not talk about tilt, but talk about some football and maybe a little other stuff?
Let's do it.
All right, so first thing, and I want to kind of just, make sure we mention it. Derek, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Tom, we talked too on it. And we debated, we went back and forth kind of on whether to talk about it, but it's a topic that everybody seems to be talking about. Russia has freed Brittany Griner in exchange for the Russian arms dealer Victor Bout. How do you feel on the situation?
So I feel several ways about the situation, and I hate to be this guy, but I hate for politics and sports to commingle. It's been happening for years. Just with social injustice and things of that nature, just kind of implementing everything all together, the Colin Kaepernick thing. And just my whole thing is politics is just such a strange world, especially if you don't understand it. And I just feel like it's kind of plaguing, where we actually go to get away from, the real world, watching our favorite sports team or watching our favorite, sports person, whatever they play, golf, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like this was one of those things where it was like Russia knew they had the upper hand because we love our sports stars so much, our celebrities, that they knew, like, now we're ahead in the chess game, basically. And it's just unfortunate because there's just so much other things that go behind this. Whether you talk about the Marine that they still have in custody. Are their laws fair? No, I don't agree with it. But they saw an opportunity and they kind of just snagged it, which is, again, unfortunate for everybody. So now you're just going to kind of have a conquer and divide type thing within, the American population, where it's like some people are ecstatic that Brittany Griner is home. Listen, I'm ecstatic she's home because do I think she should have been, incarcerated for that long a time for that petty of a crime? No, but I also as a part of me, like, okay, yeah, we got Brittany Griner home, who's a celebrity, but we left, I believe his name is Paul Whelan.
Paul Whelan, yeah, but so there was I was the same way, dude. At first I was like, all right, you broke the law in their country, you gotta deal with their consequences, right? But then when I seen that they had said 9 years, I was like, all right, that's fucking wild. And it's Russia. And then apparently there was, I didn't verify, but it came off of a verified account I was reading it on Twitter. I got to start saving these things when I read them. But it said that she was sentenced to 16 hours a day, hard labor. Like, that's for a weed pen, bro. But in no way am I condoning what she did. I think it's completely dumb to go into another country and break their laws, because look at what the fuck happens. Like, But the thing about Paul Whelan was that they came out and they said that Whelan they wouldn't negotiate his release. So it was either you give us this dude for her or you get nobody, and they weren't negotiating what he did. So apparently whatever he did was, and he says that, you know, the story behind him is he claims that what they're accusing him of, he never did, and that it's all fake. But what they're accusing him of, they won't, like, they're not backing down. They're not giving America him back, at least not right now, and not in that deal. So it kind of became like, do we get her? Or do we just get nobody to keep this dude?
Yeah, but and again, like, my whole thing is, if, like, say if, for instance, me and you, we went to Russia and we were in this situation, our name would probably get lost in this world. No matter how much our family cried out, no matter how much our friends cried out, but she had so much higher voices than, you know, somebody in our corner would have. And that was my whole thing. But again, like I said, usually I'm a person that's like, if you do the crime, you do the time, but there's no way you're getting, you know, you should be getting 9 years for probably what would equate to maybe, you know, whatever you call it, a doobie or whatever, you know? So that's the only thing that I had against, you know, that I really felt about it. But my whole thing is, I just want to take the politics out of it, you know, the Kyrie stuff. And again, this is their platform that they've worked so hard to get here, and now they're using this platform to voice their, you know, this is their voice. This is their voice, and they're doing it. But, you know, for everyday common folks like us that, you know, we're working, you know, you're basically working 3 days to buy, or, you know, if you're going to a playoff game per se at the Eagle Stadium and you're working a regular job, you probably got to work a day or two to purchase that ticket, you know? So I don't know. It's just a bunch of shit that goes with it. But again, like I said, I'm glad she's home, especially before the holidays with her family. But I think we need to start, as a country, start looking at the little person too.
Yeah. Tom.
So I know I talked to Ryan about this earlier. I'm not going to get political because me and Derek will go on and on for hours. I mean, everybody, I think almost everybody in this country can agree that their laws are harsh. But then at the end of the day, this is the United States of America. Who are we to say what law? I mean, we have no say over Russian laws, clearly. So whether it's 16 years, 20 years, 50 years for a vape pen, that's their laws. I mean, we know they're horseshit. But at the end of it, because she's a celebrity and guys like LeBron James and all these athletes want to boast of her name and, like, make her more popular in the media because of the whole situation, that she gets to come home before, like you said, that ex-Marine or even that school teacher that's over there that went over there with marijuana and he's still over there. Why? I guess my question is, why does she get to come home before them to her family? That's all I want to know. I mean, that's just my big case on it. I mean, you literally gave up a murder that's responsible for killing thousands of people for a basketball player. I mean, it's like you're comparing lives at this point.
Yeah.
The one before you go, Ryan, just real quick. I just have, you know what, Ryan, you go and then I'll ask the question afterwards.
No, I was just going to say that you know, a big thing with athletes is everyone. You talked about the platform they got. You talk about the following they got, and they did work their asses off to get where they are, to get that following. Even if you don't watch WNBA, you know who Brittany Griner is before this situation. If you're in the sports and you like basketball, even because I don't watch the WNBA all that much, but I know and I've known who Brittany Griner is for years, to where I don't know who the math teacher is. And I'm not comparing lives, Tom. I'm not saying that one's, you know, worth more than the other, but part of working up to that fame and that, you know, celebrity status that she had is you get that public outcry. And it wasn't just guys like LeBron and whoever. It was, I mean, she was trending on Twitter for how many weeks was she trending on Twitter? People were saying her name, and that puts a lot of pressure on that puts a lot of pressure on our president, on our government to go and get her. Should she be home? Hell yeah. I don't give a if any single person, I know that people are mad about the trade. People, she's an American. I don't care what she said about the country. She's one of us. She's our country. She's our family. We went and we got her to fuck home. Now, if you're that upset that she came home, the people that were upset about her missing, about her being over there, they spoke up. They said something. All right. There's a lot of more people. Sports fucking people ain't the only ones with platform. There's actors, there's politicians, there's this and that. If you're that upset, keep talking about the teacher. Keep talking about the Marine. Put the pressure that people put from Brittany Griner on the government. Put that same pressure on the government when it comes to these other people, and we'll get them home. That's what it is. It's like people are upset because the people that supported and loved Brittany Griner spoke up. Okay, well, you go speak up for that person that's still there, and let's continue to put this pressure on our government to say, go get our people the fuck out of there. Whatever you got to give them, like you just gave up one of the more dangerous men that we've captured from Russia, so you can go give up a couple more assets or figure out a way to get the other people home. So I'm on both sides. Like I'm so happy she's home. I think she's an idiot for doing what she did. I don't know her personally, of course. I don't know the story, but if everything that's reported is true and you went over there and you had that, you got caught, you deserve to do some jail time or whatever it was by their law. Not 9 years, not hard labor. And for people to be upset that an American came home from Russia, no matter who the hell it is, like you're an asshole. You're an idiot. And if you don't like it, I mean, that's just the way I feel about it. But let's continue to keep that pressure. The teacher, Tom, whoever that is, I don't know the person. Why? Because she wasn't trending on. I didn't see, like, I keep up with what I can keep up. I keep up with the stuff that's in front of me for real on certain things for the most part. If everybody starts speaking their names and everything and put that pressure on, they'll be home.
Right. Couldn't said it any better. Well, let me just ask you guys a question, related to this. How do you think our athletes and like basically, celebrities and even, the common folk, everyday people, like, how do you think this is going to make them, want to travel to these places and, go put on showcases? Like, do you think that they're going to not want to do this stuff? I mean, not even just Russia.
Just going to Russia.
No, not even just Russia, though, because every country has their own laws that, may not be American laws. I think I just seen somewhere in Malaysia or something, you can't have, like, premarital sex or, something like that. I think it was Malaysia or Indonesian or something. Like, what are is this situation going to change how people view, traveling?
It should. Listen, when we went to, and Tom, I'm going to put this out real fast and then you jump on. When we went to Greece for our honeymoon, we were going for a week. We looked up. Not only did we look up their laws and like certain shit you're not allowed to do because we weren't trying to get caught up, right? That was like the biggest thing. Iva would call us and talk to us about it and be like, make sure, Ryan, because I'm the hothead. I'm the one that if somebody looks at me the wrong way, I'm bound to say something. But even over there, I got looks and I'm not saying a word. People bumped into me. I'm not saying a word. No. I'm going to put my pride to the side. I'm going to make it home and not do nothing stupid. But like, I looked up things from like proper dress attire over there, like to not insult cultures or shit like that. Like, I was going to a foreign country. I did my research and I made sure that when I was done in that foreign country, I had no reason that they couldn't let me home to my kids in my country. So go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, at the end of the day, all this is avoided if she doesn't make a simple mistake and leave. I mean, regardless, it's illegal to bring illegal drugs to an airport regardless.
Yeah. Well, people do it.
Yeah, people do, but you're risking it, and that's a risk you want to take. I mean, that's a risk that I would never in my life take.
No, especially
anybody with an intelligent brain is not going to take that risk.
Yeah. But I can't. So that's the thing is like I can't. I mean, I've had weed pens, and I've gone through an airport with one. I don't know if I should be admitting that, but I did. Like it happens, but not in a foreign country. I agree. All right, let's jump to something else that I wanted to jump on real quick. Deion Sanders left Jackson State for Colorado, and there's a lot surrounding that. There's a lot of public outcry, There's a lot of people that are upset that he left. They feel like he just turned his back and moved on. Now there was something I seen earlier in the week. It said apparently, now this one I don't believe as much, but apparently he was spending a lot of, and I don't believe it because I didn't get it from the most accurate source in the world. But it was something about, money, like he was spending his money and the extra money that the football program was bringing in wasn't getting distributed back the way that it should, to where like the school was making more money. And instead of kicking that money into team dinners and stuff, no, Deion Sanders was paying for that shit. So there's a lot to, to still, we may never know. That shit may never come out. But how do we feel on Deion Sanders going to Colorado and getting the hate that he's getting?
I mean,
you know what?
good.
You know what I'm going to say? The disrespect that Jackson State University has shown Deion Sanders is pathetic. I mean, he's given you winning seasons. He's put asses in those seats the past seasons he's been there. I mean, he's brought talent. He's brought kids that should be in the SEC to Jackson State University. I mean, you guys had a reason to go watch football. It was because of your coach, Deion Primetime Sanders. And I think the last game, I don't even think he's coaching. He's not even coaching in the championship game. I don't even think they're letting him. They stole his stuff out of the locker room during one of the. I think this. You said
this
Rye,
what?
and the no, I said I seen the same thing you saw about him spending money.
Yeah.
Do I think it was to that severity? No. I mean, they said that he paid for a new facility and stuff like that. I don't think that it's that, but do I think he took his team out to dinners and stuff like that and paid? Of course, because when you're a coach, you're like a father. You're a father figure to these guys. They see you as a role model, and you kind of see them as your kids. Like, you want to see them happy and do good, especially if they took the time to come play for you when they could have went to a better school. And my whole thing with Jackson State is, did you think Deion Sanders was going to stay there and coach the rest of his career there? I mean, if Jackson State was offered right now to go to the SEC, all right, we're going to upgrade you to go to the SEC. You're going to play in these big schools. You're going to get all this money from all the fans that are coming, and you're going to get all those big schools coming to your school, more money, more. They would do the same thing. Move on. Coaches go to coach to move on to better their career. He's going to not a prominent school. It's not like he left you for, Alabama. He left you for Colorado. Yeah. They're not lighting the world on fire. Now, will they? Probably, because of the transfer portal. He's going to get a lot of fucking talent in that university.
He already has a 5-star recruit committed. Wide receiver. Tom.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on it, bro?
Fuck Jackson State at this point. I mean, you don't disrespect someone that completely came in and changed your organization around. I mean, till Deion took over 3 years ago, I can guarantee you, me, you, and Derek, and half of people we know have never even heard of Jackson State.
I mean, I have, because I was a
I've heard of Jackson State.
All right, so nobody's ever watched a Jackson State team play because, one, they were never televised. So he did
a lot.
So his second year, he brings them to a championship game and they lose. Then he brings them to a championship game this year. Now they're not even going to let him coach. But he completely changed the HBCU universities. I mean, swagger. He's completely whack the SWAC conference. It's just, it's very disrespectful what they're doing. It comes down to, look, Deion said from the beginning, eventually his goal was to coach he wants to coach a Power 5 conference. And who can be mad at somebody that comes in, they change the organization over for 3 years, and then you get promoted? Derek, you go in, you do what you got to do, and you get promoted to a man, and you get promoted to a postmaster. Who is it? Why would somebody else be mad at you? Because you got promoted.
Yeah,
it's what your ultimate goal is. So now he's going to go to Colorado. He's probably going to be in Colorado for at least 5 years. And then maybe he's going to get his ultimate dream job at Florida State, which he wants his end goal to be.
People hate Tom.
It's just,
that's the answer.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
People hate. No matter what, there's always going to be people that are upset that somebody does better in life. And that's a lesson. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. No, I was just going to say, just like people said that, they were all upset about the speech he gave at Colorado University to some of the players.
I loved it.
And he wasn't saying like, all right, fuck all of you. He was saying, if you're not going to work hard, if you're not going to give your all, I got some dogs that are going to get in the transfer portal. That's what he was saying. He wasn't saying, oh, the whole team is gone. He wasn't saying that. Because if he would have said that, he won't have no team. He wants to get the best out of these kids. Because Deion, he cares.
I do. Yeah, I agree. I think that it was like a look, we're probably going to keep a couple of you, maybe the couple of the best. But outside of that, like the rest of you are you guys are on your way out. That's how I took it. But yeah, I think that look, he obviously brought Jackson State to a level they haven't been, and he's leaving them in a good position. And now he's moving on to do something different. And at the end of the day, you can't hate on him because the flip side was he never goes to Jackson State in the first place, and Jackson State is where they were 3-4 years ago. So to hate on somebody moving up, that's it's a little, I don't know. I just don't agree with it. All right, so dude, you mentioned something earlier. I know that there's shit brewing with like Daniel Snyder and the NFL. Now the NFL, I feel like the NFL is about to get dragged down. Although they seem like an organization that just can't be sunk no matter what the fuck they do. But apparently they did. They did sweep a lot of, when the league was investigating the Commanders, they swept a lot of that shit under. Like, we just stopped hearing about it, and they blocked over like 40,000 documents that were found against Daniel Snyder and the Commanders from coming out, including things like that the Commanders were behind the release of those John Gruden emails and all that shit. And then in court, the dude just said there was like over 100 instances, they said, where he was just like, I can't remember. I don't remember. But was there anything specific about that you wanted to touch on?
No, I was just wondering why it took this long. That's all I was wondering. Like, there's been whispers in the league about this guy for years now, and now they're just coming out with this shit now. Like, you just knew this guy was just a dirtbag, and it took this long because of the NFL owners' boys club per se, that they just swept everything under the rug because they're multi-billionaires and they put money in the pockets of the NFL. Yeah. But there's always been whispers that this guy's a dirtbag scumbag, and now now it's just coming down on him. That was my whole thing.
Okay, dirtbag scumbag. I like it. I like that combination, Tom. Anything?
I mean, on this, you guys pretty much touched on everything. I mean, I still don't know how he is still allowed to be an owner in the NFL. I just don't get it. I mean,
yeah, he's a.
I mean, they force other people to sell teams. Why can't they force him to sell the team?
He got something on the league. That's my only guess. He has to have something on the league.
To be, because I mean, I feel like this is like another, like kind of like a Donald Sterling situation. The NBA got his ass out of there fast. Yeah. So it should have been the same thing for the NFL. But again, it's the NFL owners boys club, so they all got it. Oh, it's fine, just sweep it under the rug. He's one of us. He's one of the boys.
One of us. One of us. Yeah, that's fucking. All right, so let's jump into real quick. I want to give a Thursday Night Football update. Who do we all got? I don't know if you guys seen the scores. I'm pretty sure we would all.
You already know who my team is, so
you are a Raiders guy. I would have been going Raiders. We won't count this. Maybe we will.
What's the score?
10-0 Raiders.
Oh, 10-0.
10. They just kicked the field goal.
Josh Jacobs scored or Devontae Adams?
Josh Jacobs.
Motherfucker.
But all right, so let's jump into
let me tell you real quick. I'm sorry. I was just like scrolling through Instagram or whatever, and I saw a advertisement for a hat. You know what the hat said? Run the damn ball. It was a Barstool hat. It sold out. I was gonna buy it, but it sold out. I was like, yeah, that's a nice hat.
Yeah, I need that, John. So when I'm yelling at Kevin Stefanski of the fucking Cleveland Browns, I could just wear my hat. I don't even have to say none. I'll just point to the hat every time. All right, so let's jump into the awards. We have a couple different awards. Let's start with the MVP. Tom, who's your MVP? And if you have your list of 3, do you want to give us your top 3?
Yeah, I mean, would you want me to get you want the top 3?
Yeah, who's your number 3?
Number 3 is See, I have 2 guys down here for number 3.
Give me one.
And opinion wise,
Say it.
Josh Allen or Joe Burrow.
You don't have to say why, so just say it.
I'm like gonna cross the road between them two.
Okay.
But number 2 is Patrick Mahomes, and we all know who number 1 is, and we all know why he's number 1.
So you got Hurts at number 1.
Absolutely. I mean, 69% QBR, 68% completion percentage, 2,900 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, which is tied 7th in the NFL, 3 interceptions, which is tied 1st for the least. I mean, that's not including his rushing yards. So we all know why he's leading a team that only has 1 loss right now, that hasn't lost a game on Sunday all year. So, I mean, that's my MVP.
D. Okay. D, who's your number 3?
So we all know how my MVP works. It's the most valuable player on a team, not most valuable player stats or whatever you want to call it. So number 3, I'm gonna have to go with Tua.
Okay.
Number 2, and the only reason why he's number 2 is because the number 1 is my number 1 is Patrick Mahomes, and we all know who number 1 is.
Jalen Hurts.
There you go. Hurts so good.
All right, so you got Tom got Jalen Hurts number 1, Pat Mahomes number 2, Josh Allen number 3. You got Hurts number 1, Mahomes 2 or 3. Huh. Why do you got Tua up there and not, let's say, Josh Allen?
So I have 2 up there because you could, and obviously with all these guys, you can't put somebody in to replace them. But obviously, Tua makes a huge difference on that Dolphins team. And when he didn't play, they weren't good. And like I said, you probably with all these guys, but for me, it's just Tua because this year, and he's made a huge leap from last year. So, I mean, his stats are probably not up there with Josh Allen, but in my opinion, I feel like those guys get up for Tua.
Okay. And with this update, Baker Mayfield has entered the game.
Oh, nice.
We talked about. All right, so my number 3, you both got Mahomes at number 2. I got Mahomes at number 3. I got Mahomes at number 3 because the losses that he took this year, he was a catalyst at the end. He was the one in those first 2 losses. He threw the interceptions to end the game when he had a chance to win them. Okay, so is he the only reason they lost? No. Okay, it's a team game. But when you have a chance at the end, like when Tom Brady was down 17 with 3 minutes to go, he scores. He gets the ball back, and you know all he needs is a touchdown, and you know that motherfucker's going to do it. Okay, Mahomes had a chance to win both of those games against Indy, against Buffalo, and both he threw bad interceptions to end the game. So for me, he sits at number 3. And the only reason he sits at number 3 is I can't sit him at number 2 because that means he would be above the dude that just beat him. Number 2 is Joe Burrow. No Jamar Chase, it don't matter. No Joe Mixon, it don't matter. Cincinnati is the hottest team in the league right now. They've gone through everyone, and he's going to get a chance to go and beat Josh Allen this year too. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow is number 2. Number 1, Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts is because, look, I understand pass yards. Everybody for quarterbacks want to just look at pass yards. And I don't want to fall into the trap that, like, the Chicago Bears fans are in, or like the Lamar, the Baltimore Ravens fans of just defending the rushing yards. But, bro, it's situational. When you watch the games, this dude is a lot of crucial downs. He's making the plays. And again, Mahomes, you're not getting it done. Those first 2 losses, you had a chance to go win the game. Listen, he had the same. Jalen Hurts and Mahomes both had the same exact situation against the Colts. One won the game, the other lost. He's winning games. Like, I know he lost to the Commanders, but even in that, he's put them in a position to win that game. All right, so Mahomes is actually the favorite right now at plus 125. Hurts is second at plus 175. Joe Burrow is actually third at plus 600. Josh Allen is fifth at 1,400, and Tua is fourth at 1,200.
Okay.
All right. D, you're going to go first on this one. Offensive player of the year. Give me your top three.
Three? Oh,
yes.
I only went
or
one.
if you want to just give me your one.
All right. The only way I think Hurts wins MVP is if Patty Mahomes gets Offensive Player of the Year. So I'm going to go Patty Mahomes.
See, I think it would be the opposite way. I think they would try to give Mahomes the MVP, and then Hurts the offensive player because of the ground shit. But Tom, who do you got?
So I'm stuck. You want all three of mine?
I want all three. If you got three,
yeah. So offensive player of the year, I have Mahomes at third, pending if he doesn't win MVP, like Derek said. Mm-hmm. Ready? I have Travis Kelce at 2, and I have Tyreek Hill at 1.
I like it. Okay. Any explanation, or is that just your list?
I mean, what Tyreek Hill's doing with Tua right now in Miami, I mean, he literally left probably arguably the best quarterback in the NFL, and he's damn near on track to put up better stats with Tua. He is, other than Jalen Waddle, obviously, he's the key point of that Miami Dolphins offense. He's just playing unreal. He's playing out of his mind.
Tua does. Tyreek Hill doesn't make my number one spot because of Jalen Waddle. I honestly think that Jalen Waddle holds him back from winning Offensive Player of the Year. I understand you're the number one receiver in the league when it comes to yardage, but when you have a teammate that's also in the top 5, I mean, there's one clear-cut answer for number one for me. But my number 3, I'll go ahead and put. I'm not putting Hurts in this. I don't want to be. I'll put Mahomes at number 3. At number 2, I got Tyreek Hill because of his teammate. And at number 1, Justin Jefferson, because I highlighted last week and I've talked about with the Vikings at all times. He had 45 yards last week, under 50 yards. They barely won. They won because Braxton Berrios sucks, right? The last 2 losses that they had, the Eagles and Cowboys held Justin Jefferson under 50 yards. So he is the train that makes the second best record in the league team go. Without him, they're shit. Take Justin Jefferson off that field. They don't have 9 wins or 10 wins, whatever they got. They're probably got like a 4-win team right now. I think Justin Jefferson for me. Defensive player of the year, Tom.
So at number 3, I have Matthew Judon. Mm-hmm. At number 2, I have Nick Bosa. And we all know who I have at number 1, baby.
Micah.
2 words.
Words for you. Micah Parsons.
I like it. D, who you got?
All right, so my 3rd is a sneak, and he's actually playing tonight. And I think that he's just always in on a play. Max Crosby. My number 2 is that boy Micah Parsons, and number 1 is Nick Bosa. The reason why I choose Nick Bosa is because that defense is the reason why the 49ers are having the season that they're having. I mean, I'm not saying that Micah's not the reason why the Cowboys are having the season they are, but if you take Micah off the field, the Cowboys probably could still have a pretty decent season.
No, 0 shot.
Dude, I'm telling you, watch Nick Bosa. Watch a 49ers game. Nick Bosa is everywhere.
Nick Bosa has more sacks. Pretty sure he has more pressures. Micah has more tackles. Micah has more forced fumbles, and he has a touchdown to where Bosa does not. But
and
outside
the position's different. One's not attacking the quarterback every single play.
Yeah, but Tom, you also Put this in your brain. They have to double team Nick Bosa. That's huge in a game. They have to keep a tight end in there to give him a little bump so that the tackle can get better positioning on him. This guy is affecting the game for the 49ers.
Bro, literally the reason why the Cowboys won games with Cooper Rush is because of Micah Parsons' pressure and what he did on defense. I mean, let me ask you a question. Who's the best defensive player on the Cowboys?
Michael Parsons.
And I can argue with you who the best defense player on the 49ers is, whether it's Fred Warner or Nick Bosa.
Dude,
not this year.
Way. Come on, stop it.
Fred Warner is I've been talking about Fred Warner all year. He's a dog, but Bosa is closer to number one at his position than, if he's not already number one, than Fred Warner is at his.
Tom, go back and watch every game, every 49er game, and see that Nick Bosa has affected the game every game. What did Micah Parsons do against the Philadelphia Eagles?
When Lane Johnson got hurt, he's the reason why they came back and almost won the game.
All right, when Lane Johnson was in the game, a starter.
Nothing because Nick Sirianni game plan perfect. There was times, bro, half the time nobody even blocked Micah Parsons. They let him they just went off of his read on what he was doing. How many times did we see Micah Parsons untouched, but Jalen Hurts was able to dump the ball off? They're the only team that was able to game plan perfectly around Micah Parsons.
Yeah. If that's your guy, we'll see at the end of the season. And you one up me because the odds are saying that Mike is going to win it, but I think Bosa wins it.
So I'll
take Nick Bosa for 500. Ryan,
Tom, you want to put 500 Jeopardy points on Micah?
And who he has? Nick Bosa?
He has Bosa. You got Micah.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So I have at number 3, I have Chris Jones. He's a force to be reckoned with.
Yes,
he's a dog. This is where because look, I don't think you can go wrong going for either. Bosa is a dog. He's got another guy behind him, but so the fuck does Parsons. Parsons got Trayvon Diggs, another superstar in his defense too. So They both got a second star, and that's surrounded by a really good cast. But Bosa is a dog in himself, and yes, he has to get double teamed, and that opens up when they do send pressure. It opens up for the other guys, and so does Micah. Micah is the reason that guys DeMarcus Lawrence has always put up numbers, but guys like that young buck that they have, I always forget their name, but their other defensive linemen are eating because of how much attention Micah demands, right? But I do think that Bosa is my number one because of the fact that they do move Micah around, and sometimes, and I do go back to that Eagles game. Sometimes Micah can look lost. In that Eagles game, he looked lost. And Bosa he's attacking the quarterback to where Micah is at his best when he's attacking the quarterback, but a lot of times he's getting dropped back in pressure. And that touchdown, I know he got a touchdown. Micah got a touchdown on the season, but that motherfucker didn't even know he had a touchdown. He got up and was running to the end zone to celebrate. And then his teammates were like, no, go, go, go. So he stumbled into the end zone. And if you don't believe me, Tom, he said it himself. Go look it up. Nah, I think I'll put Bosa at 1. I'll put Micah at 2 and Chris Jones. But I could easily wake up tomorrow and fucking put Micah at 1. But right now, I'm going to have Bosa there. All right. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Derek. Who you got?
All right, so my number 3, and the reason why I have him at 3, because he kind of dropped off a little bit, will be Chris Olave. So he's kind of on a downtrend. Even though he was having a good beginning of the season, he kind of is falling off. At number 2, I got the person that's trending in the right direction. It goes by the name of Christian Watson. Been balling. Mm-hmm. And then at number 1, I think me and your favorite rookie running back of the league, Mr. Kenneth Walker III.
I changed my favorite rookie running back. But yes.
What is it, Damian Pierce?
I'll tell you be patient. Be patient. Don't ruin it.
But I think it's Kenneth Walker. And I think it's because he'll get more of a workload than those receivers. Receivers can have an up and down game. A running back gets at least 15 to 20 touches a game.
All right, so number 1 is Walker, number 2 is Watson, number 3 is Olave. Tom, who's yours?
Well, you fucked me earlier because I had my list and then I changed it when you said to make an NFC and AFC one. So I still have my NFC and AFC one, but all around Kenneth Walker III is number 1. But like my NFC, I have Christian Watson at 3, Chris Olave at 2, and Kenny Walker III at 1. And in AFC, I have George Pickens at 3, Damian Pierce at 2, and Garrett Wilson at 1 in the AFC. But to combine them both, Kenny Walker III is offensive rookie of the year, and he's already got it locked up.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I was on Kenneth Walker III from the rip, just like Derek was since we got on here. Thought he was great. I don't have him as my number 1, and there's a big reason. But my number 3, now I'm going to give my 3, and then I'm going to give you who I think is going to be the best out of all of them, right? So at number 3, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put Garrett Wilson. He's been balling. He is, when he's targeted, now he's not going to get 15 targets a game like he did last week, but when he's targeted, he produces. And as wild as he went last game, fucking Mike White missed him on a bomb and missed him on another big gain. He missed him on like 3 passes that I remember, one being a walk-in like 70, 80-yard touchdown. And this dude already put up 150 yards. He would have had a 200-yard game. Number 2, I have Kenneth Walker, and number 1, I have Christian Watson. The reason why, Christian Watson is hot, and Aaron Rodgers seems to like him, and Matt LaFleur seems to like him, and they're going to keep feeding him to where Kenneth Walker. Now, this isn't who I think. This is who I think is going to win. Kenneth Walker got hurt, and he's a little banged up. And he's a running back, so he's only going to get more banged up. And those injuries with running backs, they tend to stay for the seasons. For the whole season. They don't just come and go away. So I think that with how hot Christian Watson has been, how much LaFleur and Rodgers seem to want to get him involved, he's trending in the right direction. Garrett Wilson is trending in the right direction. And Walker, if Walker's healthy, I think Walker wins it. But I think Walker could be banged up for the rest of the year. So I'm going to put Christian Watson at number 1. And then who I think is going to be the best pro out of all of them is none of them. Because it's number 4 in my list. If I could have a number 4, it's Brian Robinson Jr. of the Washington Commanders. And Derek, he's my new favorite rookie running back because he's a dog. He inflicts pain on people. He's a nasty runner. He's finishing every run with contact, bro. He's a beast.
I mean, the dude got shot and came back like 2 weeks later.
A little longer, but yeah, essentially.
I'm being over exaggerating, but
I know
it wasn't that long before he came back.
Yeah, he's a beast, dog. All right, so I'm gonna go first on this one. Actually, no, go ahead. You know what, Tom, you go. Defensive rookie of the year. There's really only one answer, but defensive rookie of the year, Tom.
See, I'm spicing it up a little bit.
Don't you do it.
So I'm still torn between 3. So listen,
if you disrespect that boy,
I am disrespecting him. So if these two
were the 5th, we'd all be drunk.
Number 3 and number 2, I just flip flops like Tariq Woolen and Sauce Gardner at 3 and 2. And Rye, who am I picking at number 1? Rye,
who say your number 3 and 2 again?
Tariq Woolen and Sauce Gardner.
So if you're going, I know who Tom's going.
I'm going
the Detroit Lions.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes, he is. Tom does say Sauce. He's dead to me. They don't want the Tom Flynn jinx, bro.
Listen, I mean, it's. I guess what I'm going with is it's such a passing league. I mean, listen, Tariq Woolen and Sauce Gardner are playing unreal with what they're doing, but it's just such a passing league that I expect. I guess you can't say you expect him to do that. I mean, look at Trayvon Diggs. His numbers of interceptions, I guess, are technically down from what they were. But I want to go with I just want to go with the rookie with 6 sacks, 2 interceptions. Just came in right from the rip balling. And it's pretty much helped. That is pretty much a big helping that Detroit Lions defense up front. And I'm a big fan of the trenches, so I wouldn't be mad if he loses. I'm just trying to spice it up a little bit and pick something different than you guys.
I like it. All right, so I'm gonna not spice it up. Actually, I'm gonna spice it up, and I'm putting spicy sauce. Spicy sauce. It's sauce. He's the only answer, Tom.
I literally had the same thing, right? I only had Sauce down. Obviously, Aiden Hutchin and Tariq Woolen, they're 2 and 3 flip flop them, but I think Sauce got it locked up.
Saucy. No, it is. It's locked. There's not even nothing to talk about. Not right now. Not right now. Not at least not right now. All right,
he's too good, and he made that team did a complete 360, and they were playing with Zach Wilson. I mean, they're afraid to throw the ball to his side.
Yep. He did get beat up on by Trayvon Diggs, though. I mean, not Trayvon, Stephon Diggs. And then they put Reed on Diggs, and Diggs got shut down. So,
but now, what makes Rye? You're a stat guy. You always have the stats right in front of you. What makes Sauce better than Tariq Woolen?
He's the number one coverage corner in the league, not just amongst rookies, like amongst every fucking corner in the league. Meaning, when quarterbacks go at him, they have the least success against him versus any other corner in the league.
Now, how much do quarterbacks go at him?
I mean, it doesn't matter. That's affecting the game? If they don't go at him, that means because they don't
eliminating us. Yeah, I'll never. If you're going like, all right, they don't throw the ball at him no more. Like, yeah, there's a reason they stopped throwing the ball at Darrelle Revis, and people said the same thing. But then they went and threw the fucking ball at Darrelle Revis again, and he showed them why you do not throw the ball at Darrelle Revis, and that's kind of
but Tariq Woolen is simply showing you. He's showing you why you don't throw the ball at him with 6 interceptions and 12 pass defenses, with Sauce with 2 interceptions and 15 pass defenses.
Go look at here. I'll get you some stats.
You have the subscription to PFF, brother. I don't.
Yes, you do. It's under the podcast account, bro.
And today's when I just figured that out.
Well, you asked.
Surprise.
Times. I will try to find. Let me see.
All right, while you're trying to find it, I'm just gonna do my comeback player of the year. There's only one person, in my opinion, and his name is Geno Smith.
I agree. That's mine too.
It's number one, but
any objections?
Saquon's not far behind him, but Geno's number one.
Like, come on, we're talking about Geno Smith and Saquon, though. Like, we expect Saquon to have a good year,
Yeah, but he was. So you know who's in the top 5 for fucking odds? It's Saquon, it's Christian McCaffrey, and it's Derrick Henry.
It's all people that were injured, obviously, but
yeah,
we expect those guys to have. We didn't expect Geno Smith to come in and be doing what he's been doing.
Yeah, they're not going to win simply because they're not going to win because of expectations, to where Geno is a story. Geno is the one that didn't write back, right?
Right,
so,
exactly.
1 second. Tom, I'll get back. You know what? I'll get that and I'll release that. We're going to release that in a post of Sauce.
Who's your coach? Right. Who's your coach of the year? Oof, just off the top of your head.
Brian Dable, maybe Nick Sirianni. I don't know. Sirianni's not going to get the nod because of how much they added and how you can't have the coach of the year and the best player in the league. Like, one of them is going to get the award. So I would say either Dable of the Giants. Dan Campbell's a good one, but he can't. Listen, if they flip-flop, if the Lions keep winning and the Giants keep losing, sure, give it to him. But
not Rob Saleh.
Rob Saleh. He's another one. It's I know you want to get Rob there, but I don't know. He's not going to win it because that team's going to look so bad down the stretch. And part of being a good coach is, even if you got a shitty quarterback, putting him in a position to do good things. Right. And sometimes that means handing the ball off fucking 40 times a game, which I can go back and find games where he allowed Zach Wilson to throw the ball more than he should have. So I would say probably Dable. Pete Carroll's a good option, but Pete Carroll's another one. He won't get it because Geno's getting a lot of the love.
Yeah.
But yeah, Geno's comeback player of the year. Coach of the year, I haven't really thought of, but Dable's a mind that pops up, or a name that pops up. Maybe.
I don't even think he's in the top of the odds.
No.
Well, that's.
I would say. Yeah.
Maybe Vikings head coach.
Yeah, Vikings.
No, that's not Stefanski. Whoever the fuck.
Kevin O'Connell. He's the favorite.
O'Connell.
Yeah, he should be up there because as good as Justin Jefferson has been, his quarterback is Kirk Cousins. So anytime.
Oh, I lied. Yeah. Nick Sirianni's favorite right now.
And he should win it.
At minus 175.
He should win it.
The ball is he's sixth at plus 3,000. I'll
tell you who should win executive of the year.
Howie.
And I tell you who's fucked. The New York Jets,
Houston,
Dylan.
Don't Houston have 2 picks in the top 10?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about they're going to get
acquisitions. Yeah.
Like what? Yeah. Look. That offseason he had last year it's going to go down. I don't care. I don't care how the season turns out. He has had one of the greatest off seasons the Eagles have ever had. I think this off season was better than the 2017 off season that won us a Super Bowl because the players
what about the freaking TO
are younger. I mean, was that Howie or was that Joe Douglas?
I think that was Douglas.
So for how I don't know because TO turned out to be I guess we can't judge yet. But that season, I don't know. That was a hell of a season. That was Javon Curse. That was
listen. All I know is Howie brought in a player on draft day that single-handedly went in, won a game, and got the GM that traded him fired.
Yeah, he did do that.
And that was all Swole Batman, baby.
Swole. All right, let's jump into some games. We got 13-3 Raiders over the Rams right now. Let's jump into let's stay on the Eagles and we get to talk a little bit about Brian Dable. Eagles are 11-1. They are actually traveling to New York to face the 7-4-1 Giants, who are coming off of a tie with the Commanders. It's looking like the Eagles did activate Avonte Maddox this week. Outside of that, we're not expecting Dallas Goedert or Gardner Johnson back. Quez and Kaiser White are questionable to where they got Saquon questionable. Leonard Williams is questionable. And Xavier McKinney's out. Eagles are a 7-point favorite. Boys, what do we got on it? What are our feelings on this game? I think we all are going to agree that the Eagles win, but we know this is an NFC matchup. They always play us tough. Is there any chance that the Birds are going down?
Well, I think this number is super high, especially being in New York. The only thing that screams to me that 7 points is that Saquon does not play. But even if he does play, I just ask that they do the same thing that they just did to the Titans. Let Daniel Jones beat us. Don't let Saquon beat us. Let Daniel Jones beat us. Mm-hmm. And I think if we go in with that formula, I think that we win, and maybe we do win by 10 to 14 points. But the Giants are going to be up for this game. They've probably been looking for this. When they were having a good season that they were having, they were probably looking forward to this game, thinking, all right, maybe they were going to be the first ones to give us our first loss if the Commanders didn't. Because this is a game that I had circled that could be a potential loss. So just like you said, we always play each other tough. We will be, in New York or Jersey, whatever the Meadowlands, and this is going to be a good game. And I'm happy to see what we can do against a decent defense. This is a good defense we're about to first. So I want to see what we can do, what we're made of.
Tom, how do you feel?
I feel like the Eagles' offensive line is going to eat once again. They're going to bottle up the Giants' pass rush, and I do think that we're going to have a big game on the ground. And I personally think the Eagles cover the spread. I just think the Giants suck.
I'm not a fucking firm believer in the Giants. I think that they are frauds. I think that as tough as this game can be, for the Eagles, look, they have a bottom 5 defense. They have a terrible rush defense. Their pass coverage ain't much better. Their pass rush is okay, but like this defense is doo-doo. And they suck at blocking a run too. So our defensive line needs to eat. Our offensive line, this game, as Tom likes to say, is going to be won in the trenches. I think the Eagles are going to win big, but it would not surprise me one bit if this is a 1-point game. It would not surprise. It would upset me, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Giants have a chance close at the end to beat us, because it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's always close with these pesky ass fucking Giants, bro. Who fumbled? Cam Akers fumbled. Vegas just got the ball. They're about to run away with this game. All right, so we got the New York Jets are traveling to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills in a rematch of a Week 9 game that's seen the Jets beat Buffalo, and that was the game Josh Allen actually got hurt. And he hasn't been the same since, for real, for real. He's looked timid. He's made bad decisions. There's something going on. I said that last week on the podcast. That was the game that really kind of put the little crack in Buffalo's. I know that I think they had already had a loss at that point. They lost to Miami, but Miami was a really good team, and it was like, all right, everyone's allowed a slip up. Like the Eagles got their slip up. Everyone's allowed one fuck up, right? And they put that shell back on, and they were impierceable, unpenetrable, whatever. You know what the fuck I'm trying to say. And then that loss to New York, really, at least for me and for a lot, put a crack. And I was like, okay, this team could be beat. At that point, there were no more the mighty Bills, the invincible Bills that I thought they were. That's when Josh Allen started having questions. That's when and now this is a opportunity for them to get theirs back. And they're not going up against Zach Wilson. They're going up against Mike White, and Von Miller's out, and the Bills are still banged up. He's done for the year. But I think that this game's in Buffalo. They play very good in Buffalo. They're 4-1 on the season. I don't see a way that the New York Jets, and I've been on them, I don't see a way they win this game. I don't even see they're going to be competitive. They're going to be competitive. I think the 10 points might be a little too much because that defense is legit. And if they do have a chance, it's through the defense. But I see Buffalo running away with this one. D, who do you got winning this game?
You know what? I had the Jets earlier, Sunday night, and I take it back. I have the Bills because I think, just like you said, the Jets are gonna. It's gonna be rough for the Jets down this final stretch.
Yeah, Tom, who do you got? Bills or Jets?
Bills easily. The Bills are back.
Easily. Bills are back. All right. The next game we're going to get into is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 6-6 are traveling to San Fran, who's 8-4. Derek, take it away.
I'm not sure if this is the game of the week, but in my opinion, it should be, even if we are going to see Mr. Purdy, even though we're going to see him at the helm. I think this is going to be a tall tale for both teams. Buccaneers, you could basically say their season is on the line. And I know we always talk about how putrid the NFC South is, but even if they make the playoffs, I just don't see them if they're having a rough stretch, a couple losses, because they're probably going to win that division, let's be honest. But if they have that few rough stretches down, they're not making it past that first weekend. They're not going to make it. So again, it's a tale for the Buck season, and it really, we all talked about as soon as Baker when Baker when he got dropped, where he was going to go. And yeah. I think me and you, we joked about it because I said, oh, there goes Baker to the 49ers. And you kind of said it in the Facebook post as well. So it's going to see, they must see something in Purdy that they like. That, maybe it was the last game he played. But again, you have Christian McCaffrey. You have a good defense. You have, they have a solid wide receiving core. So maybe they just want him to manage the game and win. And they're in the hunt for that NFC West spot. So I like the Niners to win this game with Purdy.
Okay, Tom, who do you got?
Well, I know the Niners are coming on a 5-game winning streak. I mean, the only way. So I don't think Purdy's going to have a great game. But he has so many weapons around him that he just has to manage a game again, just like Jimmy G does. Bucks defense can slow him down a little bit. I think it comes down to the Bucks offense. I do think no matter what, Rashad White or Leonard Fournette bench him in fantasy. I don't think the run game's going to get going with the Niners front seven. I think the only way that the Bucks win the game is if Brady can pull something out of his ass and get the ball downfield effectively. But I'm going to rock with the GOAT, and I'm going to take the Bucks to beat the Niners.
Okay. So Derek got the Niners. I like this. I like when we're all on different sides. All right, so I'm looking at Nick Bosa. I'm looking at Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and Brock Purdy. Purdy is not going to have the day against the Bucks that people might think he's going to. I think it's going to be a lot on the ground, a lot of short shit. So it's really going to be on McCaffrey and Deebo, who both are limited this week in practice with injuries. I want to note that. Also, Bosa didn't practice today. Whether that's precautionary or whatever the case may be, I'm going to take it at face value, and I'm going to say one team is hot, and one team's coming off a great. They're both hot, and if you give me Brady versus Purdy, I'm going Tom. I'm going Tom Brady, and the Bucks are going to beat the 49ers. Sorry, Derek. I know how much you love them, and I love them too. And for the second week in a row, I'm going against them. So, as much as I say I love them, I'm not picking them. I don't know. I think it's Brock Purdy. All right. So the Cleveland Browns are traveling to Cincy to take on the Bengals. Tom's Bengals. You know, Tom, you do it. It's your Bengals.
Well, the Bengals are coming on a 4-game winning streak. But key to this game is just like Joe Burrow has beat Patrick Mahomes 3 times in 2022, in his career versus the Browns, he has never won a game.
Burrow?
Whoa.
Burrow has never beat the Browns in his career. He's 0-4.
Wow.
That's a nice stat.
It is.
Jamar Chase is back. Joe Mixon is looking to back. Deshaun Watson looked like absolute dog shit against Houston. Obviously, I don't expect him to look that bad against Cincinnati, but who the fuck knows? Bengals are 4-1 at the Jungle. Burrow averages 320 yards per game at home. He's completing 69% of his passes for 279 yards with 8 touchdowns over the past 4 games. Bengals win this game. They win the game 31-24. Oh,
wow. What? What happened?
None.
Oh.
Take it
All
away.
right. Oh, my bad. I heard you grunting. I thought
yeah, I did. You did a little. Is he having a heart attack over there? What the hell's going on here? Jesus.
I was trying to sound like a Bengal.
Is that a growl? A grr?
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Can you do that again for the people? What was that, Tom? I thought you were mad. I thought like you fucked up and you were like,
I thought you messed up with a line or something. Like, Jesus.
This dude's growling. I like it. All right, so T. Higgins is limited at practice with a hamstring. Hayden Hurst is doubtful, and the Bengals are going to still win. I'm taking the Bengals. D, you took the Bengals too?
Yeah, give me the Bengals out of the better Ohio team.
Yeah, I don't see a way. You know, I like going against the grain and against you guys, and I need to make up some ground, but it's not going to be on the fucking Browns.
Yeah, you can't beat the way Deshaun Watson played against Houston Texans either.
Fuck no. But you know who I will be on? And not only am I on this team to win this game, but I'm on this team to make the goddamn playoffs. Playoffs? The Detroit Lions are hosting the 10-2 Minnesota Vikings. And I don't even need a goddamn preview with stats. Everything you need to know about the Vikings and the Lions. I've said over the last 3 weeks, the Detroit Lions are hot. They are 5-7. I got them finishing 4-1 or 5-0 over the last 5 games. I think they got 5 games left. And the Detroit Lions are going to the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, and they're winning this game. I don't care what nobody says. I think Detroit wins this game. I know that Minnesota's got the best player on the field, and that's Justin Jefferson. But I do think that at the moment, if you give me a quarterback to take, I'm taking Jared Goff over Kirk Cousins all day, every day. He's got a better completion percentage. He's got more yards. He's got more touchdowns. He's got less interceptions, and he got less of a weapon. Amon-Ra St. Brown is killing it, but he's not Justin Jefferson, okay? Jamal Williams is killing it. Actually, Jamal Williams is doing a lot better than Dalvin Cook. Cook got more yards, but Williams doubles them in touchdowns. Detroit Lions are beating the Vikings. Tom, who do you got winning this game?
T.J. Hawkinson is getting his revenge. He's going to go out there. He's going to ball. Vikings win the game. It's a whole nother bullshit with the whole line spread being – is the game in Minnesota?
No, it's in Detroit.
And Detroit's -2. Is it the first time this year that a losing team is favored against a winning team? So I seen some stat like that. Vegas knows something. Fucking, I don't know what they know, but fuck Vegas. Minnesota wins the game.
No, the last time I remember a team with a losing record being favored, it was when the Cowboys were favored over who was that? The Vikings.
Yeah, but the Cowboys didn't have a losing record.
They didn't. You're right. You did say that. All right, D, who do you got on the game?
Listen, Detroit stayed in the game in the beginning of the season with the Minnesota Vikings. Final score of 28-24.
That was my point.
And now the Lions, being one of the hottest teams, probably next to the Cincinnati Bengals, I gotta ride with the Lions. The Dan Campbell Lions. I think roar.
They're going out. They're going to go out on them tilts.
Yeah, they're gonna go out on tilt. But just like you said, right? Give me Jared Goff. At this point over Kirk Cousins, they have, essentially a 3-headed monster, if you want to say, in Detroit. Because I don't know when DeAndre Swift ever gets the ball anymore.
Last week he did.
Yeah, I know last week he did, but I mean, you would think they split the carries 3 ways between those running backs out in Detroit. But yeah, I'll take Detroit. Lock me in. It's a dub.
All right, real quick, Tom, you said you're not quite sure why the losing team is favored over the team with the winning record. Well, the last time these two played in week 3 in Minnesota, Detroit had gone into the fourth quarter up 24-14. They lost the game in the fourth quarter. So I can't let them off the hook for that. But listen, this is in Detroit. This is a different team. When you look at these two teams, Minnesota is the one team in the NFC that everyone's like, okay, they're there, but we don't trust them. To where Detroit, Detroit's just, I mean, you guys like using the term house money. I hate it, but they ain't got nothing to lose, and they're going to come ready for the game. Minnesota, they still got wiggle room to lose. I don't think they get up for this game like they should. I think Detroit smacks them. But yeah, that's why they're favored, is because they should have won the first meeting, but they collapsed. They collapsed.
Yeah,
all right. The next game is the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. Derek, take it away.
So Sunday Night Football, the Miami Dolphins versus Tommy's Los Angeles Chargers.
Flex
I look for,
right?
I believe it is.
The Chiefs got flexed out.
Yeah, because they're probably playing fucking bummy
Broncos.
That's all you had to say to get flexed out. But yeah, this is a game where I look for Miami to get going again. On the right track. I think they get a dub here against the Chargers. It's just an interesting game because you have the Dolphins who are, essentially looking at a playoff spot or a wild card spot. And you have the Chargers who are kind of on the outskirts looking in. They definitely need this game, the Chargers. This is kind of like the win or go home, I think, in my opinion, for the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they should start, they're probably going to want to try to get on that winning track. If not for this year, this season, definitely next season. They've been plagued with injuries all year. And I feel like they've always been kind of a team, and in recent memory for the past couple of years, they're always getting plagued with injuries. And I always feel like they're playing from behind. I feel like this Miami high-powered offense is going to get going, and I believe the Dolphins are going to beat the Chargers.
Well, remember, they got the same medical team that's getting sued by Tyrod Taylor for puncturing his lung. Tom, who do you got winning? So wait, you got the who'd you take, D?
The Miami Dolphins.
Dolphins. Okay, Tom.
I mean, my gut tells me to take the Dolphins, but my heart tells me to take the Chargers.
Who you going with?
20, dude. I don't know. Draft class of 2020 alums, baby. Tua versus Justin Herbert. Face off each other for the second time. Oh my gosh, this is terrible, Rod. Because I want to pick the Chargers so bad, dude.
But you don't have the nuts. Just saying.
Actually, I think after watching that fucking Miami's Dolphin team last week, didn't look like anything special. I think they got humbled. I do expect them to bounce back, but they're going into LA on Sunday Night Football. I'm taking Justin Herbert and the Bolts.
Woo! The Chargers for the win. This is tough. This really is a tough matchup to pick. But Tom, I'm not going with your team, cuz I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I just think that they are going to bounce back.
Well stick out with them.
Rye, you gotta just stick with me, Rye. If you want a better record, just follow my picks, buddy.
Partially the reason why I chose the Dolphins, D. To be completely honest, I thought he started giving a little stats, and this wasn't his game, and I was like, is he giving us the lock of the week? Is he taking the Chargers? But he didn't. So maybe this one will be a Tom. You got the Kansas City Chiefs against the Denver Broncos. And
so, Rye, I'm going to tell you something real quick, Rye. So the Chiefs have the number one offense, the quarterback with the most touchdown passes, number one, the tight end with the most touchdown receptions, number one. I'm pretty sure this is what you told me last week. And because they are the number one in everything on offense statistically, they're going to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. You were wrong.
You know what? I texted my wife and asked her to bring me shots, but I think she's asleep. So you keep making your point. But I'm not. I'm going to get my shots. I can still
listen. That was honestly the sole reason why when you asked me what game I wanted to pick, I picked this game just to ball bust you, because who the fuck cares about the Broncos suck. But anyway, I listened to I listened to our boy Jason and Travis Kelce's podcast, right?
Yeah.
And where the fuck Rye go?
Keep going. He went to get shots.
Oh, nice. And Travis Kelce took that fumble to the heart, bro. He was talking about it, how much it's bothered him. He needs to he practices every single day on ball security. He's fumbled a total. Guess how many? Right. Same thing with you, Derek. Guess how many times Travis Kelce's fumbled in his entire career?
I'd say 2 times.
Sounds about right. Or was that his first?
4 total times he's ever fumbled. He practices every day on ball security. He said the first thing he said on that podcast was he needs to hold on to the ball, and he's gonna do a better job going into Denver, which he's gonna blow up. Denver's defense is the only thing keeping them alive, and they still stink. The Broncos, I'm saying, the defense is top 3 in almost everything statistically. But you're going against number one offense. You're going against a team that the Broncos are held to 10 or less points in the last 3 of their 4 games. They're averaging 13.8 points per game, which is the lowest in the NFL. Broncos haven't beat the Chiefs since 2015.
Holy shit.
Chiefs are going in the mile high. That incomplete bullshit ain't going to work. Chiefs are going to fucking – after that game last week to Cincinnati, knowing the Chiefs they're pretty much – they got to win out only because Buffalo now has a game and a half lead over them because they have the head-to-head. So the Chiefs literally cannot afford to lose another game. They're going to go into Denver. They're going to make this a statement game, and they're going to fucking destroy the Denver Broncos.
Ooh.
And Russell Wilson literally has 8 total passing touchdowns. And I just had it down, and only 6 of them are to his wide receiver, with 2 of them to his tight ends. It's just the guy lost his. It's like the Monstars, dude. Somebody stole his fucking powers, or somebody stole his talents.
Or he loves tight ends.
All right, Tom. I owe you 2 T-offs, and instead, I'm going to take 2 shots of Bacardi coconut rum. That's what I had closest. So I'll do one here.
Sounds good. All right,
well, I will fill it up. And, whoa! I gotta pick my winner.
Go ahead.
Kansas City Chiefs
I didn't pick my winner.
Kansas City Chiefs. You pick yours.
I'll pick my winner. This won't be a long.
I lied, by the way. I didn't pick my winner yet.
Oh, you didn't?
No, go.
Oh. No, I was saying this isn't gonna be a long game analysis. The Broncos suck. Russell Wilson sucks. Chiefs.
No, seriously. I'm gonna look at the Chiefs, and I want the Chiefs. And I fucking told myself, Tom, I told you, I will never do it again. I will never back the Broncos. Let me take my shot. This is number 2 for you, Tom.
Wait, are you taking the Broncos?
If he takes the Broncos, I'm driving to Abington.
I'm taking the Broncos. The Broncos are gonna beat the Chiefs.
You want to bet? You want to bet like
season?
Season. All right.
The Chiefs are winning, Tom. I'm not stupid. I'm gonna take another shot if I would have took them. All right. So we all got the Chiefs. The next game is a game that was Tom Flynn's lock of the week. The Dallas Cowboys, not really, but this was the bitch ass. If y'all wanted a bitch ass one, this was the bitch ass lock of the week. Cowboys over the Texans, but we do have the Cowboys hosting the Texans. One team's 1-10, the other's 9-3. I think we know how this one's going to go. I'm taking Dallas. I'm not going to fuck with the Texans. This ain't the week where I'm going to pick all these underdogs that don't have a chance. No, I'm taking the Cowboys.
It's not even a question. Cowboys for me.
D. Tom?
Yeah. Micah Parsons.
All right. Mike is just going to line up and play by himself versus the Texans. I think he still wins, though.
Honestly, he does.
Win.
If you put 22 Micah Parsons on the field, does he beat the Houston Texans?
Absolutely.
22?
Yeah, you just clone Micah 22 times.
Oh, you're saying on offense and defense. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 11 Micahs on offense. There's 11 Micahs on defense.
Yeah, he probably still wins. They probably win. They probably cover the spread 17.5.
Dude, put Micah on stilts and they still win.
It's tilts.
On stilts or on tilts?
On tilts.
If Micah played tilts, he'd be the best tilt player ever.
He would.
Oh my god.
And if he if he played his position this Sunday on stilts, he'd probably still dominate the game.
Mm-hmm. 2 words, Micah Parsons. All right. So the next game is the Jacksonville Jaguars heading to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Who do we got winning this game? Tom, let's go to you first.
I have the Tennessee Titans bouncing back at home. I mean, it's bound to fucking finally happen that Derrick Henry gets going. What was the stat that you told me the other day or a couple weeks ago? Something about every time Derrick Henry has one bad game, he bounces back and has like 3 good games or something.
It was every time it was either 2 or 3 back-to-back games he would bounce back. It was 2 weeks ago because I said whenever he has 2 bad games, he usually bounces back and has 3 or 4 great games. But then he played the fucking Eagles, or then he played another team, and then I said it the next week and he played the Eagles, and now he's just fucking. Every time I say it, he's just not producing. So I'm getting away from that trend.
Nah, so he had 115 against the Chiefs, 53 against Denver, 87 Green Bay, 38 Cincinnati, but then he had that 75-yard reception, and then he had 30 against the Eagles. Derrick Henry is going for 100 this week. He's going to prove you right. After having 2 bad games, he's going to bounce back, have that big game, and the Tennessee Titans win.
We should start doing a Tom Flynn player prop lock of the week. D, who do you got winning? Broncos, or are you staying with your Jags? You were on the Jags a couple times.
I'm riding the Jags again. I had them last week. They let me down. I'm going to ride them this week, and hopefully they don't let me down. And they lost.
Detroit.
No, what was that? Yeah, no, what was I going to say about
They got the better quarterback.
No, the reason why I'm saying is because Ryan Tannehill looked a little banged up last week too, so I wouldn't be surprised to get a Malik Willis sighting this week. And if he's in the game, I just think that the Jaguars are a better team than Malik Willis, Tennessee Titans, even though they have King Henry. So give me the Jaguars.
Even though Malik Willis lost in overtime against the Chiefs.
Yes.
I know Rye. I want to get that out before Rye got that out.
I wasn't even going there, but listen, that's another thing. The Chiefs. I don't want to hear about Mahomes over Hurts. I do battle with Tyrod Taylor. Let Tyrod Taylor take him to overtime. Fuck out of here. MVPs don't do that. I'm going Titans. Baltimore Ravens are Lamarless, and they're traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. And I just want to say, Mike Tomlin is going to win again. The Steelers are going to be 6-7. I don't think the Baltimore Ravens are going to stay in the playoff contention if Lamar is out the 3 weeks that he could be out. Give me Pittsburgh. Derek, who do you got?
Give me Kenny Littlehands. And, one of our buddies, Sean, he did throw a bet out there about the Ravens making the playoffs. I wish I would have taken it because, just like you said, Rod, I don't think they're making the playoffs.
I'm sure we can get that bet still.
Yeah,
you got to get
up on that.
You just got to get Maynard drunk. He made a bet with me that the Ravens will finish with a better record than the Eagles, and we already fucking locked that up. So when you get Maynard when he's drunk, he'll bet you fucking anything. We realize that, and everybody takes advantage, especially Rod Hoffman does.
You said the same. You said the same thing to me about Rod.
Oh yeah, he's another one. They take advantage. Take advantage of Rod when he's drunk. He'll fucking accept any bet.
I'm taking advantage of myself. I'm pouring another shot. All right, Tom, you didn't tell me who's winning the game.
I did tell you.
Did you? Who's winning the game? Tell me again.
The Steelers.
I don't remember you. I remember.
No, I don't think I said it out loud. I'm talking to myself now.
You said it to yourself.
Yeah. The Steelers, only because there's no Lamar.
Usually that's delirious time.
Usually I'm the one that's fucking tripping, and now we got tilts and we got fucking. All right. Oh my god! All right, so the Carolina Panthers are heading to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Tom, who do you got winning this game? Seattle or Carolina?
Seattle. It's. I mean, the 12th man's going to help them win this game. It's in Seattle. And I don't even know who the starting quarterback is anymore for Carolina. So
Sam Darnold.
I mean, Sam Darnold, PJ Walker. Who the fuck knows anymore? Nah. I'm taking Gino and the boys over Carolina.
D, who you got?
It's not even a debate. Give me the Seahawks.
All right. We are all down the line in agreement. I am taking Seattle. I am taking Geno Smith. And Tom, I'm taking my third shot. Now you owe me one. It could be on Sunday. Don't worry. And then the last game of the week. Monday Night Football. New England Patriots are heading to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Derek, lead it off. Who wins?
I am going to take the Arizona Cardinals.
Ooh, I like it. I do. I want to be a friend. Tom, who you got?
Arizona coming off the bye. I'm taking the Cardinals at home.
I like it. You know why I like it? Because I'm getting points on both you bitches. Because the Patriots is winning. Woo! New England Patriots are taking this one. Bill Belichick is not worried about DeAndre Hopkins because he takes away the number one target. And he's definitely not worried about Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray. Who the fuck's worried about Kyler Murray besides the 12-year-olds on Call of Duty, Tom? Why? Tell me. I need a reason. Because I got reasons. I got Matthew Judon. I got Bill Belichick. I got Damian Harris. I got some reasons over here as to why the Patriots are going to win. I need one of y'all to give me a reason as to why the Cardinals are going to win.
DeAndre Hopkins, baby.
All right. We got. Whoa. I want to address the Mac Jones slander first because I have been. Now, fuck that. Mac Jones sucks. But D, do you really think that Cardinals defense is going to get to Mac Jones?
I don't know. It's just big light, some Monday Night Football. I just think it might be too much for him.
You don't think that we're going to see a big sack Mac appearance?
Nah.
If he comes out and balls out, you're going to see me on this. This will be next Thursday's show because it's a Monday night game. You're going to see me on here calling for big sack Mac. Come on, baby. Oh, and another flex. Speaking of big sack Mac, the Patriots and the Raiders got flexed out of next Sunday night's football game. Who did they just sub in? I'll get you that. I brought up a stat that I didn't even have the clear cut on it.
They're already looking to flex a shit ton of games on week 17. Like they don't even know what time we're playing the Giants.
That's been all year. I think they do that on purpose. Just leave that joint up in the air.
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
You don't think that Bill's going to eliminate DeAndre Hopkins?
Nobody eliminates DeAndre Hopkins
besides DeAndre Hopkins and his doctor.
Besides his steroids.
All right, I do think that the New England Patriots win because I think that I've always been on coaches, and I believe that the coach in New England is going to outcoach the coach in Arizona, who should be on his way out. I think the Patriots are going to win that game, especially if some of these dominoes fall in the AFC and some of those teams lose, because then the Patriots get back in a prime position for playoffs. It's just where I'm at. All right, we got through the NFL slate, which can only mean one thing, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for everyone's favorite segment of the show. The segment that has made everybody the most money. The Tom Flynn Lock of the Week. Take it away, Tom.
Well, as I've argued with Derek all year about this team, he shit on them and shit on them and shit on them. But all of a sudden now he's riding the coattail of the hottest team other than the Philadelphia Eagles in football. They got their boy back, Jamar Chase. They might be getting their boy back, Joe Mixon. They're playing in the jungle. They're 4-1 in the jungle. I'm taking Joey Burr and the Cincinnati Bengals minus 5.5 over the Cleveland Browns.
Wow. And as always, I feel pretty confident. I usually feel confident in your locks, so I can't talk about your locks being the way that they are. But Bengals, what was it? Bengals minus 5? Did you say
5.5?
5.5. Bengals minus 5.5. That's a weird number. But the Tom Flynn lock of the week is the Cincinnati Bengals minus 5.5. Put it in. Take out the second mortgage. Go take the money from your children's piggy bank. I know they got some bread in there. Birthday money, whatever it is. Get it all together. Double it the fuck up and give it back to the kids. D, what do you think about the Tom Flynn lock of the week?
I think it's great. I think it's a winner. But every time we say that, I mean, his fucking locks are knocks. They're not good at all.
No. But this week is different. Okay. And I want to give now before Derek D, do you got fantasy for us?
No.
Jump.
No, go ahead. Jump right into your parlay.
All right. So I'm gonna give a parlay that I want to give. And Tom, I'm glad you set that as the lock of the week because I'm not with you. I'm down for taking the easy bitch ass games, right? I'm not going to take the easiest of games. I won't take Dallas's money line, but I think a parlay that I like this week. I'm going. You ready for this? I'm going to Cincinnati Bengals money line. I am going the Tennessee Titans money line. And give me the Detroit Lions money line. They're all favorites. Not
Hold on,
crazy
Rye.
favorites.
Hold on, Rye. Hold
Go
on,
ahead.
Rye. Well, if my phone wants to work, we're gonna put that in and see what the odds are, player.
Oh, I could do it right here.
You have it. What do you got? The Bengals money line, the Detroit Lions money line, Bengals money line, and what else was it?
Detroit, Cincinnati, and the Titans.
You're
$10. What do you win, Tom?
Plus 288. You win $28.86.
That's a winner.
$28.86. Go put $100 on it and walk it to the bank. But the Tom Flynn lock of the week again is the Cincinnati Bengals minus 5.5. Dylan, not the Jets. All right, so we got our game picks, boys. We got our award winners at this point in the season. We talked about a lot. Is there anything before we jump on out of here? Is there anything you guys want to say to the people?
Right on.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Derek.
No, go ahead.
Right on.
I don't have nothing to say to the people yet. I just have a question before we end this. I want to ask you both the same question. I just want your opinion on it. Rye, I'll go with you first. All right, buddy?
Okay.
All right. This is a question that I heard.
The shots are kicking in. Just a heads up.
Would you rather, let's just say you're getting paid the same exact amount of money, not a penny more, not a penny less.
Right now?
Would you rather be a star in the NFL or the last man on the bench in the NBA?
Ooh. A star? Oh, wait.
Like you're the star player in like you're the Patrick Mahomes in the NFL, but you're getting paid the same amount of money, but you're the last man on the bench in the NBA. Meaning you might play 3 to 6 minutes a game.
Give me a star. And
Yeah,
it's not just because you're the star of the team. It's you're doing what you love to do and you're getting paid to do it. So whether you're in the NBA or the NFL, you want to play the game. You want to be one of the difference makers on the court, on the field. So if I could have barring, any crazy injuries or anything, but I would definitely rather be playing the actual game that I love than sitting on the bench and not being able to contribute to my team the way, I think I could.
Facts. And I'm gonna take a shot too. What? Oof. I'm gonna take being a star in the NFL, and there's two reasons. In basketball, the season starts in October and ends in June. It's 8 months that I gotta sit on the bench. Practices and OTAs start in July. The season is wrapped up by February. That's only 7 months I get to be a star. The other 5 months I get to do me. I'm being a star and I'm getting more time off. Tom, who wants to be a bench rider? Who wants to be fucking Zaza Pachulia over Patrick Mahomes?
All right, I agree.
Terrible.
All right, last one, Ra. You ready?
No, bring a better one. If you
name one player, in your opinion, same thing with you, Derek, you think that's in the NFL that could actually play a role in the NBA?
Somebody in the NFL that can play a role in the
that
NBA.
You think can play a role in the NBA?
Got anybody, D?
I feel like there was like a really good tight end. That was dang, what the hell was his name?
Jimmy Graham?
Yeah, Jimmy Graham. But I mean, all majority of athletes, they're just athletes. They're good at many things. But if I could, I think Jalen Ramsey's pretty good at basketball. So, I mean, he could probably be like a 8th, 9th man off the bench.
Ooh.
Yeah, D. I don't even care if they play 3 minutes a game. Just somebody that can play, that can make a roster on the NBA and at least play in the game.
I don't think there. I could be, just not knowledgeable on this. I don't think there's a NFL player that could go into the NBA and play 3 to 5 minutes. There's too many good basketball players in the world. But
All right.
again, there's been NFL players that play college ball.
Yeah, I was about to say
majority of them are tight ends.
Is this current active or is this all time?
Current active, like somebody that's playing right now.
Because Antonio Gates was an amazing.
Antonio Gates was balling.
Yeah, so was Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Give me give me the tight end from the Colts, Mo Alley Cox. He actually played college ball.
Okay.
I know about the Colts. I've been paying a lot of attention, and this dude is always catching fucking. Mo Alley Cox is one of those weird players that I looked up his Wikipedia and all this, and yeah, he played ball, and he actually was all right. He wasn't. I don't think he was a fucking world beater, but he did average 10.5 one year. I mean, none of the players are. I think the better question, and that was a good question. I think a really good question would be which NBA players would star in the NFL. But if I got to go with anybody, give me Mo Alley Cox. He's tall. He's like 6'5". He's a beast, and he's played the position. Anybody else, I don't know. I don't know anything about Jalen Ramsey in basketball. I don't know. That's a good question. I do think I think LeBron could play tight end.
But there's I didn't go the other way because I feel like there's multiple players in the NBA that can play a position in the NFL because there's more positions that you can play in the NFL. Like Anthony Edwards didn't even want to play basketball; he wanted to play football.
Mm-hmm. Yo, imagine
another good basketball player, T.O.
Yeah, yo, imagine Ron Artest on a football field. Oh shit! All right, yo, I do got something real quick. So since Tom got the lead, and it's listen, my trivia questions, D. I'm trying to give you a chance to get back. I'm gonna give you guys some 100-point questions. I'm gonna give you each 3. Get some fucking points back for you, D. All right. You good with that?
Yes, sir.
These ain't easy questions, and it's not just football. What sport is known, Derek? What sport is known as the quote unquote king of sports?
The sport that's king of sports?
It's considered the king of all sports across the globe.
I'd have to say soccer.
Soccer is correct. You got 100 points. Let's go. All right, Tom.
Well, actually, football.
Tom, you should know this, and if you don't, I will slap you. And then Derek, and I don't even have to say nothing. Derek will know why I want to slap you if you don't get this question right. What is the national sport of Canada? You got 10 seconds.
Hockey.
No.
Lacrosse?
It's not. It's lacrosse. And the reason why I said that is because Tom would always get us to go to the fucking Wings games, bro. Tom absolutely loves the fucking Wings. Or yeah, Philadelphia. No, what did they call it? No, I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
The Wings. All right. Ready? Here, let me get this other one real quick. Oh, that's too fucking easy.
Well, give it to me. I need points.
Well, no, that's like too fucking easy. Give me 1 second. I have it. Erase it. All right, Derek. What is the only sport to be played on the moon?
Only sport to be played on the moon. Wow. Interesting question.
Come on, bro. You should see. You should know. You should know because there's been recent commercials about it, actually.
I'm going to go football.
No, it's actually golf.
Tom,
that's
weird.
Your second question. What is the only team in the NFL to never host or play in the Super Bowl?
To never host or play?
Yes.
So the only team to never play in a Super Bowl, Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, Redskins, they did. Houston hosted a Super Bowl before. Bengals, Steelers, Ravens, they won. The Browns. Hold on.
Cleveland.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on.
Cardinals, Niners, Seahawks. Cardinals, Seahawks. They won. I'm just trying to think. Detroit, no, because Detroit hosted a Super Bowl. A lot of domes host Super Bowls. Never hosted. I'd say Cleveland Browns. I know they never won a Super Bowl. I don't know if they never
just
hosted
shut
one.
up. You are correct. You said the Browns, and then you started talking. I was like, just shut the fuck up. You're gonna get the answer.
I know they never won a Super Bowl. I never knew if a Super Bowl was ever played in Cleveland before.
Bro, I was like, yo, this dude's about to fucking fuck it up. All right. So we know, Derek, this is your third and final question. Tom gained 100 points. You've gained 100 points. Wilt Chamberlain has the highest total scored points in a single game? Which player has the second highest total scored points in a single game? Kobe Bryant. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
No. The player with the first highest is Wilt Chamberlain. The player with the second highest is Wilt Chamberlain. He's got the top two. All right, Tom. This is your final question, and it is NBA. Who is the current highest paid player in the National Basketball Association?
Can I steal?
You can if he
The
gets
highest
it
paid
and
player?
I will. Yes, and I will give you the points if you steal, Derek.
Steph Curry?
No.
NBA that's your final answer, Derek. To steal for 100.
Giannis.
Yeah, Steph Curry.
I'm gonna steal for 100 because the answer is LeBron James.
Contract wise,
the current highest paid player is LeBron James with 119.5 million
a year.
Yeah.
Steph.
Oh, you know what? You know what? That's
Steph
everything.
Curry signed like a $200 million contract.
No. So listen. So this where I got the question. They're counting everything. They're counting sponsors, memorabilia,
I would have said LeBron.
Royalties, and media.
I would have said LeBron just because of that Nike deal.
All right, Tom. Who did you say for salary wise?
I said Steph.
You win. You get 100 points. Derek, I will let you get another 100 points if you guess who the number 2 is. It's not LeBron.
And it's not Giannis.
Number 3. And it's not Giannis. Who's the second highest paid player in the NBA? If you want a hint, I will give you one. But it will cost you 25 points.
Nah, no hints. No hints.
You sure?
Yeah. I'll go KD.
I'm going to give you a free hint and a re-guess. He's a former MVP. It's not KD. A former MVP. Give you another hint. It's not James Harden. He's 30th. And I'll give you 10 seconds. 5, 4, teammate, 2, Brody, 0.
Is it Russell?
Russell Westbrook is the second highest paid player in the fucking NBA, bro.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
What's his contract?
He is getting Steph Curry's getting 48 mil a year. Russell Westbrook's getting 47. LeBron's getting 44. KD 44. Bradley Beal 43. Damian Lillard and Giannis and Kawhi Leonard and Paul George all at 42. And then Steph is Clay is number 10 at 40
where's Devin Booker's massive contract that he got?
He's making 33 mil a year this season. He's at 23rd in the league. He's under Ben Simmons and
Wait,
Porzingis.
so you're talking about all together or just what they're making a year?
Salary for the 2022-2023 season.
Really?
Russell Westbrook is the second highest paid player in the league, bro.
That is
disgusting.
Wow.
Disgusting. All right, and with that was just a little. I like that. I like that little segment we had there at the end. All right, we will be back 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always on Sunday. We thank everybody for jumping in with us. It was a long show. It was a lit show. I'll be honest. Those 4 shots I take kind of got to me. My eyes are a little heavy. But boys, is there anything you want to say to our people? Our fucking people. Oh, real quick. I just want to say thank the one I know this is Dylan. Dylan always it gets on from the beginning and stays on the whole time. But Dylan, thank you for always tuning in and commenting on every single time we go live. But the last episode that we released was our second best episode that we've had. The best episode we had was the first episode that all 3 of us were live together. But numbers wise across all platforms, the last episode we did was the best. And I want to thank everybody for sharing. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening and all the feedback we've gotten, whether it's positive or negative. It helps us continue to get better. So please sending it. Derek, anything you want to sign out with?
I just keep on sharing, and subscribing, and we do appreciate everybody and all the support that we are receiving. Thank you.
Tom.
I appreciate everybody listening, tuning in, liking, sharing, commenting, like Derek said. Again, if you can you go like us on every platform, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, even TikTok, Facebook. You'll only be helping us out. I appreciate you guys and your support.
And the Tom Flynn lock of the week, Bengals -5.5. When you win $1 million, send us half of it. Peace out, everybody. We'll catch you on Sunday. Bye-bye.